Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood, and today we're talking about Saturn, the planet most famous for its beautiful rings. But before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. Here on Earth, when it rains, we see water coming down from the sky, but some say on Saturn, the ringed planet has diamond rain. What do you think? Is it possible that trillions of carats of precious gems are falling from the sky on Saturn right now? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Today's word is oblate. That's O-B-L-A-T-E. Oblate is an adjective used to describe a sphere that is flattened at its poles and bulging at its equator. Imagine taking a perfectly round beach ball and gently squishing it from the top and bottom. The shape it becomes is oblate. And we're talking about it today because Saturn is oblate. The word oblate comes from the Latin word oblatus, which means carried out or extended. In a geometric sense, it describes how the sphere is extended by stretching out at the middle. While Earth is also slightly oblate due to its rotation, the effect is far more dramatic on Saturn. The gas giant spins on its axis incredibly fast. A day on Saturn is only about 10.7 hours long. This rapid rotation creates a powerful outward force at the equator, causing the planet to bulge out significantly, making it the most visibly oblate planet in our solar system. Now for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about Saturn. Number 1, if you could find a pool big enough, Saturn could float on water. This isn't because the planet is so lightweight in the traditional sense. It's still about 95 times more massive than Earth. The secret is the incredibly low density. Density is the measure of how much stuff or mass is packed into a certain amount of space. Saturn is made up mostly of the 2 lightest gases, hydrogen and helium, which makes it the least dense of all the planets in our solar system. To put this in perspective, water has a density of about 1 gram per cubic centimeter. Earth, being rocky and metallic, is much more dense at about 5.5 grams per cubic centimeter. Saturn, on the other hand, has an average density of only about 0.7 grams per cubic centimeter. Because its average density is less than that of water, the entire planet would bob on the surface of an imaginary cosmic bathtub. Number 2. There is a massive hexagon-shaped storm raging at Saturn's North Pole. It's sort of strange to think any geometric shape or symmetrical, regular polygon would be found in nature, but I guess that's the case. There's been a 6-sided weather pattern observed at Saturn's North Pole for decades. Each side of the hexagon is wider than the entire diameter of Earth. Inside this giant hexagon, winds can be whipping up over 200 miles per hour, creating a massive hurricane-like vortex right at the center of the pole. Scientists were absolutely baffled when they first saw the clear image of its form from the Voyager and Cassini spacecraft. What makes this storm so fascinating is its stability and geometric precision. On Earth, hurricanes are circular and usually last only a few weeks. Saturn's hexagon has been raging for at least 40 years, and likely much longer. and it maintains its near perfect six-sided shape. Scientists are still studying what causes this bizarre phenomenon, but some theories suggest it's caused by a type of standing wave pattern deep within Saturn's atmosphere that's forced into this shape by the planet's winds. Number 3. Saturn is the undisputed king of the moons in our solar system. While Jupiter's the biggest planet, Saturn holds the title of the most moons. As of recent discoveries, astronomers have confirmed 274 moons orbiting this gas giant, and that number keeps growing as our telescopes get more powerful. These moons come in all shapes and sizes, from tiny moonlets that are less than a mile wide hiding within the rings, to the colossal moon Titan, which is larger than the planet Mercury. 2 of Saturn's moons are particularly fascinating. Titan has a thick, nitrogen-rich atmosphere, which is more dense than Earth's, and it even has weather, clouds, rivers, lakes, and seas, but they're made of liquid methane and ethane, not water. Then there's Enceladus, a small icy moon that shoots giant geysers of water vapor into space from a liquid water ocean hidden beneath its frozen crust. This makes Enceladus one of the most promising places in our solar system to search for extraterrestrial life. Number 4. Saturn experiences some of the fastest winds in the entire solar system. If you think a windy day on Earth can be unpleasant, you haven't seen anything compared to Saturn. The winds on Saturn's uppermost atmosphere are unbelievably fast, reaching speeds of up to 1,100 miles per hour or 1,800 kilometers per hour near its equator. That's more than 4 times faster than the strongest hurricane-force winds ever recorded on our planet. These extreme winds are one of the reasons why Saturn's clouds are stretched into long, pale yellow and gold bands that wrap around the planet. Unlike winds on Earth, which are primarily driven by solar heating, the powerful winds on Saturn are believed to be fueled by heat rising from the planet's interior. This internal heat, combined with the planet's incredibly fast rotation, whips the atmosphere into a frenzy, creating a global weather system that is far more extreme than anything we could ever imagine here on Earth. And our 5th and final fun fact for today: a day on Saturn is super short, but a year is incredibly long. Time passes very differently on the 6th planet from the Sun. As I mentioned earlier, Saturn spins on its axis very quickly, completing a full rotation in just about 10 hours and 42 minutes. This means a day on Saturn is less than half as long as a day on Earth. While the time between sunrise and sunset is very short, the time it takes Saturn to go around the Sun is much longer. Because it is so much farther from the Sun than the Earth is, Saturn has a much larger orbit to travel. It takes the ringed planet about 29.5 Earth years to complete just one full revolution around the Sun. This means that if you're 30 years old here on Earth, you would have just celebrated your first birthday on Saturn. This long year leads to very long seasons, with each of Saturn's 4 seasons lasting more than 7 Earth years. Now for some news you can use. Have you ever wanted to capture a photo of Saturn yourself? It might be easier than you think. If you have a telescope, you can try a technique called digiscoping. All you need to do is carefully hold your smartphone's camera lens up to the telescope's eyepiece. It takes a steady hand, but with a little patience, you might be able to snap a nice picture of Saturn yourself. For the best results, try using your phone's Pro or Night mode to manually adjust the focus and exposure, and use a timer to avoid shaking the camera when you tap the screen. If you get hooked, you can purchase an inexpensive smartphone adapter for your telescope, which will hold the phone perfectly steady for you. This simple technique of digiscoping allows you to save and share your amazing views of the cosmos. It's a fantastic way to document your stargazing journey and show your family and friends the wonders you can see right from your own backyard. Now for the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked, is it possible that Saturn, the planet famous for its rings, actually rains diamonds? Well, it would appear that's a fact. While we haven't sent a probe deep enough to see it directly, scientists are confident the conditions are perfect for this amazing weather to occur. Here's how it works. Powerful lightning storms in Saturn's upper atmosphere, thousands of times stronger than any on Earth, break apart methane gas molecules. This releases carbon atoms, which start to fall toward the planet. As they fall, they clump together into particles of soot. The deeper they sink, the more pressure and temperature rise, compressing this soot into graphite, the same stuff in your pencil, and then, under even more extreme pressure, into solid diamonds. These diamonds continue to fall like hail until they eventually reach a depth so hot that they melt into a sea of liquid carbon. So, as unbelievable as it sounds, it really does appear to rain diamonds on Saturn. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about Saturn with me today, and be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.